Hi everyone, it's me, Kae Pea. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker again. I shouldn't say that I'm back because I'm still here. I just wanted to take a little break to sort of straighten up my desk. I make a big mess with just one little project. So I thought I'd get everything straightened away, and that way I could try to get organized and come back here and share another Cyber Moon Day project with you. Yay! Oh my goodness. I'm glad to see you back, Tracy. I hope you're having a good day today. Are you off, or are you working from home, or what are you doing? And I'm going to ask you another question. Do you feel like that is close enough, or do you want me to zoom in a little bit more? Let me know. So while I'm sort of just waiting for everybody to find us again. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. I guess this is a decent time for a work break, right? So I'm going to stamp these out just so that you can see what's on my little cubes. We have some little Christmas cubes that have some tiny little, teeny tiny little Christmas elements. We got some little Christmas lights, if you can see those, a tiny little snowman, a little gingerbread man, and a little tree. That's on one cube. And then on another cube, we got a little peppermint, and we got candy canes going facing left and facing right. And then we have a big lollipop. Okay, so you can make a really cute little gingerbread house. And then we have little scallops on this one. This is super cute, little scallops. We've got just little line of polka dots or little round circles. Have a little sort of like a striped candy cane peppermint stick, I guess. And then another little scallop, or I don't know, I guess loop-de-loop scallop. And that is a great one to put your lights on. I know it gets a little blurry when I get too close, but so those are the Christmas cubes that we have, and I'll be using those on our houses. And then actually I'm going to get another piece of scrap paper. Hold on one second. Just to show you some of these images stamped out. So I have those, and then these, I think we released these, oh gosh, I can't even remember exactly. Maybe these were late last year, and so I didn't really have a chance to use them. But this is just, says, but I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. So that is a great saying for if you want to make a Christmas house. And then we also did this one. Maxie Moon designed these, so I'm excited to use them. She loves Christmas stuff, so it's always fun to use her stamps that she likes. And this one just says jingle bells, mistletoe, presents, angels, candy canes, snowflakes, gingerbread, carols, memories, stockings, reindeer, and pumpkin pie. So, all right. Anyway, I just wanted to stamp those out. I'm not even sure that I'm going to use them for 100%, but I thought I'd share those with you anyway, because like I said, we haven't really used them, and I really enjoy using stamps, you know, from before rather than just new stamps, trying to bring some of the other ones back around that maybe haven't been explored that much. And that's really, I do want to let you know one thing that I really want to focus on this year. Of course, we'll still have some new stuff, but it just seems like we've just had new, which is great. I mean, we'd love to have new things, but I'd also like to revisit some of the older things. I think using things that are in our stash or showing you different ways to use some of the older stamps might be a fun thing to focus on for 2020. Can you believe it's going to be 2020? Oh, gosh. I cannot. This is the project that we did before. I'm just gluing this little thing down, and I wanted to mention to you also that I would put a coat of Mod Podge over the top of this, okay? And again, that's just to help it so that it can be handled a little bit more and not, you know, get, even if you Mod Podge it and you get a little crusty fingers or something, you know, it wipes, everything will wipe off much easier. So I would recommend Mod Podging this. All right, so that was our project from earlier, and I'm going to set that aside now. And we are going to move on to our little shadow box house. And I want to show you a picture. A couple of things were inspired me, and they're my own things that I made. I don't have this anymore. This I made a long time ago, so I hope you can see the picture okay. So this is the front and back of, and it's actually a wooden house, but it has the little doors and windows, which I wanted to share with you. I know that you guys have probably seen these and maybe even have them from before, but this is another thing that I designed with Gina from Gypsy Soul Laser Cuts, and they are, when you order them, you get a pack of 3 little sheets like this, and they are different size doors and windows. So this, if you are going to hang this on the wall, then of course it doesn't matter what you do on the back. I would just paint this or do whatever, put a hanger if you're going to hang it. But if you want it sitting on a shelf, then, you know, it would be fun to completely do the front and back. So you may end up wanting to put a little door or some windows on the back side. Okay. And the other thing I was going to mention, if you have, let me grab another one of these boards. If you have these little boards and you wanted to do multiples, okay, then say you wanted to do 2 and you wanted them to sit side by side, then you need to think, and you could even do like a little diptych and hinge these together if you wanted to. But anyway, then you're going to want to think about stuff like that before you do it, because if you like wanted to do these houses, you would have to probably trim the roof, and at the very least, I would put one roof going to the left and one going to the right. Okay, but they will not go together as nicely as the A-frame roof. All right, so that's something that you just want to kind of consider when you're kind of designing. Okay, and I'm just pulling stuff out just to give you some ideas, but I already have this one started. So let me just tell you how I did that. I took my little 3x3 cradle panel, and I went ahead and gessoed with white on the inside. And I'm sorry, I have to grab my gesso. I need a new hanger gesso. Sorry about that. My gesso, I'll show it to you just for fun. I'm bad, okay? But it's all dry in there, and it has other colors. So don't do what I do. Hi, Christy. Good to see you. Happy holidays. Yes. Yay, Jan. Awesome. So I can't wait to see. Although, did you measure, Jan? Did you measure your little nicho and make sure it will fit inside here? Okay, this is the inside dimension is about 1 3/4, a little over 1 3. Well, I'm going to say 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay. So I went ahead and gessoed my inside. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be glued on the face of this, so you do not need to waste any of your paint. And you can also decide, well, I like to go ahead and base it with white gesso anyway, no matter, even if you're going to paint a different color or, you know, line it with something else. I like to just put a coat of gesso in there. But, of course, you do what you need to do. but this does just give it a nice base. Now for my shrines, those of you who have seen the little shrines, most of the time I paint the insides black because I want it to be a nice shadow box. But again, this is a little bit different because it's the inside of a house. So, you know, different things may go in there. Although I'm not going to lie, one of the projects that I really want to do that I think would be so super cute and fun is I want to make some actual little rooms. Like I want to make some little furniture using the this clay that I make my little you know, well, you've seen them, like these kinds of things. I want to make little furniture and make some little house scenes inside. I think that would be so cute, but I haven't gotten there yet. Like I said, I'm still at the designy phase of experimenting with all this stuff. Anyway, so you want to gesso the inside and then go ahead and gesso your piece also because you want to get it sort of ready to paint and stamp. And I just think that it's a nicer surface to go ahead and gesso it up. You get a truer color. Like you could just paint this whatever colors that you wanted, but I think if you base coat it with some gesso, it gives you a truer hue when you go to stamp or paint it. And it also just, you know, gets it kind of prepped. So you don't have to do this part, but I definitely recommend it. And then I don't bother doing the back right now, although I will paint the back later, regardless if I'm going to make it a hanger or something that stands. I am going to eventually paint the sides and the back as well. Okay, so you can see here I've pretty much done that. This has some splatters on it. And this doesn't matter because also, you know, I could cover this with scrapbook paper or eventually paint the entire back side. All right. So what I did next, I think that you saw, I had some tape on here. I went ahead, this was all painted white. I went ahead and I masked that off. And I masked off my roof as well. And then I put a layer of red acrylic and let it dry. And then peeled off my tape. So I can go ahead and just begin painting. And grab some colors here. Now it's just going to be decisions like what colors do I want to paint and things like that. What do I want to stamp? Of course, if I'm worried about this at all, I could mask that off again and paint up to that edge, but I'm not too worried at all. I'm just using a little bit of gray gesso right here. And if I wanted to give the look of little, you know, bricks in there, I can now just kind of, oops, take something to scrape through that. See if I can make that work. So my white lines should ostensibly show up underneath there. So I'm just going to scrape out some lines. And just doing quick stuff like that. Could you see that pretty well? I mean, it just made it quick and easy. And if I want to, after that dries, I could go back in with a little bit of darker gray and sort of fill in, you know, around some of the outlines. But that just, it made it a little sort of cobblestone roof or chimney top that works out great. Okay. So I'm also going to get out a little bit of my gesso here, and I want it to be kind of dry. I don't want my brush to be wet is what I mean. And I'm gonna just brush out some white gesso right on my little silicone pad over here. And I'm gonna take that little scallop on my cube stamp, and I'm just going to stamp it across my roof. I do want to mask this off, so I'm going to dry this for just a second. And I'm going to mask right back over the top of my little chimney. All right. Let me dry it again one more time. Otherwise, I know I'll probably smear it. And then I think that I want a different color. I don't want this to be pure white. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little coat of Titan Buff right over the top of that. I'm just going to use a teeny bit and kind of a thin layer of sort, you know, not really a wash, but just a quick once over here. Although I don't know. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking, oh, a little pink house would have been so cute. But oh well, this is good enough. We'll do a pink house next time. And I for sure want to do I want to do a bunch of different holiday houses. I want to do a Valentine house, and I want to do a St. Patrick's Day house, and a Halloween house for sure. And I'd like to do that soon, even though I'm sort of in this holiday spirit. I really think that doing those other houses would be so fun. So right now I'm just thinking about what I want to put inside the house. So I want to, again, you could find little cute papers and actually cut something out and put that right in there. Of course, if you yes, an Easter bunny house, Juliet. I just looked over and saw the comments, and I'm so sorry. You know, I'm just here doing my thing and chatting away, and I have not even looked up at the comments this time. I'm sorry. So I wanted to, let's see. Yes, a tiny kitchen window. Oh my gosh. So oh my gosh, you guys are giving me such good ideas. So an Easter house full of eggs and a tiny rabbit. Oh my gosh, it'll be so cute. So you could use something like this. Although this would also be really cute, like cut out and put on the back, honestly. So I don't know, like maybe I'll save this and think about it. And of course, I don't really have to decide what is going to go in there right this second. You know, I'm just feeling like it would help if I sort of had an idea for what I wanted in there. It would help me determine what I want on the outside. Actually, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my own inspiration, and that is the piece that I showed you from a while back, so I can kind of decide how I want to do that. I definitely think some of the little Christmas lights would be super cute running above there. So all that sort of helps me. And then I also have this. I don't think I pulled this out. This was another little piece that I kind of made up quite a few years back when we were working with Inchy Arts. And I made this little fold over card, which you could easily modify one of these to do the same exact thing. But I used the little doors and windows. See these little whimsy doors and windows right on here and on the inside as well. So actually, you know, I am going to grab this other stamp because I think I do want to use that inside. And then I'm going to decorate the outside with my cube stamp. So give me 1 second. I want to find this stamp and I'll be right back. Thank you. You know which one I mean, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Maxie Moon is on it. She is going to bring me that other stamp. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this little guy. And I'm just going to use my Moonlight Duo ink. Of course, if you feel like you need to mask that, and I'm going to just to be safe rather than sorry. Here you go. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that'll be great. I think that'll be great. All right. Well, I didn't really need a mask, but like I said, better safe than sorry, right? And then here's our tiny, teeny little light. All right, well, good enough. I'm surprised that I didn't mess up the very last stamping. Although, of course, I did stamp that one a tiny bit further away. So I just put a little line to connect it. And so there, at least I have my little Christmas bulbs. And of course, I definitely feel like I need another snowman. Now, this one is super tiny. I actually would like a little bit bigger of a snowman. The one that is in that picture. So I'm going to need to find that little guy. But let's put some, maybe a door. Maybe a door. So when you use these little cutouts, they are still attached. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I think you can see it on the screen. They have a tiny little attachment. Otherwise, if she did not leave those little attachments, they would all fall through. So you do have to just carefully get your craft knife and kind of push that. And then it should fall through pretty easily, okay? And I'm feeling like this door will work, maybe. But I don't know if I want another. Maybe I'll end up putting it on the side. I think on the side would be really cute too. All All right, my fingers were dirty, so that's another great reason for gessoing first. All right, so I'm sorry. I am going to go get another stamp because I feel like this is too, I was going to use this, but I feel like it's still a little bit too small. So I'll wait on that. And while I'm letting the front of this dry, I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and paint the back and the sides. I'm going to paint the back of the roof red, the same red that I painted the front. Emily, go make some little houses. That would be so cute. And you can, I know you're busy with your trip, but wouldn't that be a fun thing to take with you? And so, like I said, even if you're gonna hang these, then the back doesn't really matter. You could really just paint it a solid color. And that's the same thing I did with like my little shrines. Okay. I painted the backs all just a solid color. And on a lot of them, I had a little, not on these two, but I also put a little hanger here. Okay. So you could definitely do that. But I always think that finishing things off really makes such a nice difference. So if you have the time to finish your backs, even if you are going to hang it, it sort of just adds a little bit of pizzazz. And I'm going to go ahead and finish off my edges as well. Don't forget the underneath side. All right. And then I'll go ahead and I'll do the gray like I did back there too. And what I'm doing now, I'm just going to grab a couple of my Christmas paper pads and kind of look through those for a minute or two to find ones that will coordinate or go like something that I think I might want inside or even on the back. I don't know. Let's see here. This would be really cute on the back with all these numbers. Ugh, adorable. Of course, you could also line the sides. And definitely if you were going to make like a little shadow box with like a little living room or something, you know, just some stripes or something for wallpaper would be so cute. Santa on the chimney would be so cute too, Cheryl. Yes, adorable. So many endless possibilities, right? And then, of course, you know, something like this would be super cute on the back too. If you had some houses, and it would look like the neighborhood. So just, you know, keep all this stuff in mind. And if you don't have just the right snowman stamp, you could always cut something like this out and mount it right on there. But I'm going to go find my Christmas stamp real fast, or my snowman stamp. And I'm still deciding what I want on the inside. I don't know why I'm feeling like I really need to know, but I just feel like that will help inform me a little bit better to get it going, you know? Help me out here, folks. So Juliet, like you could even use like little fairy lights would be so cute. I wonder if there's a way that you could make a false back and hide the fairy lights mostly inside and have them coming down and inside the frame. Oh, the possibilities. I say this every time. The possibilities are endless. But that's what gets me sometimes is because I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I want to do that. Anyway, I see something shiny. As I'm going along like this, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze out a few different colors of paint, or at least have some of my colors here, just so I can paint in some of those little lights. All right. And for that, of course, you'll need a pretty tiny brush. And again, this is just acrylic paint. So, but if you have like paint markers that you want to use, that would be adorable. Or not adorable, it would be easy. I don't know why I said adorable, but maybe it would be adorable. Oh, that just makes such a difference just by itself. I love that little addition. So if you have pets, of course, um, your little pictures of your animals would look adorable in there. I'm going to go ahead and do the back. Just, one of the things is as I'm making decisions, if I don't really know, it's always good to just keep moving forward by doing stuff you can do, right? So I'll just work on things that I know I need to get done, and I can still be contemplating and deciding as I'm working on other areas of the piece. The other kind of cool thing to keep in mind is that if you make one of these that you really, really like and you are going to be doing it, say as gifts and things like that, it's so much easier to do it once you've already done it a time or two. So if you're going to begin to sort of, what's the word, like when you assembly line it. So there's the back so far. And we'll just keep adding to it. Let me go run and get my snowman stamp real quick. Okay, so I can't find my snowman stamp, so I bet I have it already in here. I do. Shame on me. It was right here all along. Oh, you guys, I hope you're used to me. All right, so this is the cutest little guy, and I hope he'll fit. I might have to take off his arms. If he doesn't fit, hopefully I can wipe it away or... Yeah, that's okay. I think he's all right, don't you? What about that arm? Does that bother you? Well, I think it's all right. I kind of like him there. What do you think? Oh my gosh, Jan, what a cute idea. Yes, the new Mary Engelbreit chair would be so cute. Yeah, right? So I don't know. So I think I am gonna wipe his little arm away. And if I can't wipe it all, well, I can. It's wiping off pretty easily. If I can't get it all wiped away, then I could always use a little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol. But like I said, since my acrylic paint is pretty good and dry, then that makes it pretty easy. And then I will take a little, another little brush, just a little bit of that paint, as long as that's good and dry, I can just touch that up with a little bit of paint right over the top. And so I can just modify that stamp to, you know, I can either paint or draw on arms going a different way if that bothers me, or I can leave them off all together. So I'll let that dry and then I'll go back to it and paint it in or whatever. But just sort of deciding what else I should do. I want to look at my picture again. Again, just using my own stuff for re-inspiration. I'm going to try this. I think these windows and doors might be a little, or the windows might be a tiny bit too big for the front of this piece, but I'm going to try it anyway and just see. So ostensibly it could actually work. Don't know if I'll use that there or not, but at least I have some pieces that I know will work if I want them to. I'm going to get a tree. I do feel like I need a tree on the other side. Or something here, you know? Ah, Alba, you're so sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to use this tree just because I think it's the right size. Hi, Deborah. Happy Moon Day. Well, I don't really like the way that lined up. I really don't. For some reason, it's the right size, but I just don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to wipe most of it away. Again, I am going to use a little squeeze of rubbing alcohol. Now, the rubbing alcohol will knock it back almost all to the white. So I'll have to touch it back up. But, you know, I don't mind, and I hope that you don't either, doing this stuff with you from beginning to end. in real time and making mistakes, because then it gives you a chance to see, how not to do it. But also, no, really, like just to show you that you can fix your mistakes pretty easily and it's okay. This is part of, the design process and trial and error. And then I think it was Jan who said, then your, second and third ones are kind of a snap. Well, sadly, I really don't like the color that I painted the house. I think I would do it like more of a yellow or something a little bit brighter or more fun, but that's what's done now. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the back and sides as well. Just give this front a chance to dry. I'm not going to paint this back part because I think I'm going to end up mounting paper on that. I think I'm just going to use some nice scrapbook paper on that, but I am going to go ahead and do my sides. Not only do I feel like it helps make it a little more cohesive, but I feel like it helps to, I don't know, just make sure that it's all bonded together. If you wanted to be really super picky, you could actually fill in that little ledge, or that little where the two pieces meet. If you did not want that to have a seam, if that bothered you, you could fill it in with some molding paste or something like that and really make it almost as if it was one whole, incorporated in a one whole piece. I'm going to go ahead. I think I am going to just put some cute pattern paper on the inside. Gosh, I feel like that 25 would fit really nicely in there. I don't know if that's what I would want in there, but the thing about it, I feel like if I put something in there, not only will it help me to feel like it's, I don't know, coming together, but I don't know. I just feel like I want something in there. And if I don't like it, remember, I can always cover that back up at a later time. Oh gosh, stuff is falling down in my studio and I don't even know why. I mean, that looked really cute in there. I don't think I'll keep it there, but it's making me happy just to have something in there for now. Call me crazy. But I don't know why. That white inside was really bothering me, and I was feeling like I needed it to kind of come together. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start painting in my little snowman. We'll get this little guy finished off kind of quick. I don't want to keep you all day for this, and we want to do another project. I think I'm going to do one more little house project. We're going to do a card after this, and then we'll do a collage with using my little moon collage sheet. That is free today with any purchase. You get a downloadable collage sheet of many moons. I put together a bunch of my moons from my original artwork. So hopefully it will be something fun to cut up and use in all sorts of ways. I haven't even used it myself, so I'm super excited to do that today. And right now, as you can see, I'm just painting my little snowman in with some white gesso. And I am using some heavy body Pyro Red, but it's really thick. So I'm sorry if you can't see, I'm working over here in the corner like a crazy woman, but I'm sorry, I was reading the comments and getting a little lost. Anyway, I'm using Pyro Red. It's heavy body. It's really thick, so I am watering it down just a little bit over here on my little silicone pad. And of course, I think my snowman needs little rosy cheeks. Call me crazy, but I like a rosy cheeked snowman, and moons and all kinds of things. I think should have rosy cheeks. Just makes them look cuter. All right, and of course, if you did want to give them little stick arms going a different way, then you could use a micron pen, or you could just use your brush and a little tiny bit of like black fluid acrylic or something like that. I was trying to fill in and got a little smeared, so I'm just wiping that away.
Do you have the snow globe stamp, the indexing, the little one? It's not in the box.
No, I don't think so. Sorry. We're missing a stamp again. This time it's not me though, so. All right, So my little snowman is painted on there. And of course, I do feel like I still need something over here. I didn't mind that tree, but I felt like I didn't want it cut off that way. So of course I could spend a little bit of time searching for the right tree, or I could, make myself one, or I don't know. Let me try to use this cube. I feel like it might be a little too small though. Oh, you know what I know? I know what I need. I need the ones from the stamp stacks. That's what I need. I think my little, just my little triangle trees will work perfectly here. So, but I'm not going to bore you while I go look for all that. Okay. I just really wanted to finish this with you all. Yes. Let's see. Yes, Nancy, you can definitely use the coupon more than once. And if you make sure that we know that it's your second order, we will go ahead and combine your shipping just for today. Okay. So yes. Oh gosh, little snowballs inside would be so cute too. So Jan, how would you do those? I guess just using some clay. We can do some clay stuff. That'd be super fun. You can do 3-dimensional things. I don't know if any of you have seen the heat set clay from Ranger. That would be great, especially if you want instant gratification. Honestly, I just don't really have the exact right size of what I want to do right here. So we're going to just keep going, okay? And I am going to also do some cute scrapbook paper on the back. Not only will that just sort of make everything a little more expedient, but it will sort of bring it together, make it cute, and make it simple. So I was just touching up that front. I love all your ideas, by the way. I wish I had like 20 hours where I could just sit here and experiment with all those ideas. Let's see what other stamps I have. Because I have this. I also have this Cold Hands Warm Heart, which would be really cute too. So many different ways I could go. I don't know. Part of me still wants this little guy, but then I hate sort of cutting it all up, you know? That would be so cute though, wouldn't it? Let's just do it, because that way, you know, that way, if I go ahead and do it, then I'll be done. So I am going to trace around here just a little, or put some little lines, but I'm going to actually be cutting out a tiny bit bigger than my lines. So that is why I don't want to make them too dark or too strong. Oh, so cute. And of course, you know, my cutting wasn't perfect because, well, not that it's usually perfect, but it is a little bit smaller. I don't think it matters. And especially I am going to paint that inside. But since I had glued on my front first, which normally I wouldn't do, I just want to let you know, normally I would work on this piece separate. but I wanted it kind of together, not only so I could hold on to it a little bit easier, but also so I could show it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to paint that background, with a little bit of gray or blue inside, just so that if the edges don't come all the way, the edge, what am I trying to say? So that if any of the background shows, it will still look fine and it won't look unfinished. I'm going to blow dry in here just real quick. I'm just erasing my little pencil marks that I put down on there. I'm using a lot of baby wipes today. Yeah, little tiny clay snowballs would be cute, and then you could roll them in some like glitter, right? That would be so cute. Sorry for my head going down right in front of you, but I just need to get this in here. And then I'm going to get, what do I need? Something like a little tool with a stylus or something on the end. I'm going to just use this to make sure all my corners are down. Oh, isn't it so cute? And then I definitely do need a tree or something right here. It definitely needs something. I don't really know exactly what yet, but I'm going to play with that. I mean, I'm also thinking you could do something like with some words, just for a little bit of texture. I don't know. You know me. I like to just mess around, and I always try stuff. If I don't like it, I find a way to change it or take it off. But I don't like this so plain. I definitely feel like it needs some stuff. Not that I have to have it so busy, but I don't know. It needs some balance. Well, I'm just going to have to wait because nothing's coming to me right this minute. Cocoa and cookies and a fish for the cat. That would be cute. I went ahead and did this just to make it so it would be finished, or at least close. And also, since it was so simple, I already had it there. But of course, I would like to use some different stamps and some of the, you know, some of the, I don't know, RubberMoon stuff that we have. But I am going to now go ahead and I think I'm just going to use this on the back because I think it's super cute and will be pretty easy. I'm just smearing glue on the back now. I might pull out some Christmas washi tape too for the next projects. See, I love it that you guys are all putting in your ideas because it's getting you excited. It's getting me excited. So I can't wait to see what you all make. All right, remember your RubberMoon file will come in super handy if you can find it in all your mess. Oh, goodness. I know I had it here because I even showed it to you, but now I think it grew wings and walked away. Oh, there it is. And honestly, it's so crazy because if you finished this off and made it just a little bit cuter, like honestly, you could display, like you could have this on, you know, setting on a shelf going either way. Right? All right, I have an idea. I'm going to grab something real quick. I'll be right back. This is a moon mail stamp from, I think it's from last year. And it is sort of like the Happy Thoughts little stamp that we carry, but it's all little Christmas words. And I think I'm just going to take it. Of course, I have to find a mount. No, all I have is like a ginormous stamp mount. I don't have a small one. I don't know why. I must have a million mounts in this place, but not one that fits the stamp. Okay. And I'm not sure what color. I was thinking about red or green. I don't really want, I really don't want black. I think I'm going to actually use my Moonlight Duo in the Aurora Teal. And of course, on my last stamping, I got it a little messed up, but it's okay because it's wiping off pretty well. So that's actually good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start all the way over. I only want it mostly for texture anyway. So I'm wiping that off and I'm going to do it one more time. A little bit got left on there, but I don't mind that. Okay, I'm going to dry it. All right, I'm going to try a little harder to line it up better and stamp it a little bit better. Again, just because it's not a big deal, but I am going to mask off that top just for a nice line and so that I don't have to wipe it all again if I make a mistake. And of course, it did not line up perfectly, but hey, you know what? It's handmade and I'm really okay with that. And I am going to wipe a little bit of it away here and there anyway, just so that it doesn't look quite so perfectly stamped. And then we'll have, it'll be sort of just give the nuance of all those little words. It says like silver bells, warmth, silent night, friends, gratitude, mistletoe, stuff like that. And I think just that little bit of texture and color really helped a lot. And I still do want to put a tree or something over here, but at least I feel like it's, you know, finished enough to, you know, be called done. I would definitely give it a little bit of varnish. My edges here aren't that nice, so I will probably spend a little bit more time filing them and getting them all smooth. And of course, maybe stamp the date and sign it somewhere, and I could call that done and be happy with it. And I think it would make a really cute family project. I think it would make a cute addition to a gift. You know, if you're going to somebody's house for the holidays, it would be a cute housewarming gift, things like that. So I hope you loved it. I loved it too. Yes, a whole and Alba says make a village with them, and Juliet, oh my gosh, Juliet White has done some amazing house stuff with some of these projects that we've done on Let's Get Makey. And so I would love to see her do some of these too. Anyway, front and back, right? So remember, you can get your little facades separately. When you order these like this, you get one of each in a package, okay? Just like this. You have to order this little panel, this little 3 by 3 inch panel separately. Maxi Moon has listed them all. So, you know, we'll post the link here for you again, and I'll post some pictures. I am going to clean up and get myself resituated. When we come back, we're going to do another little sample using these house facades, and we're going to make a greeting card, okay? So something similar to like this type of a deal. All right, so let me go ahead. Right now it is 1:09. So I will come back on here at 1:30. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining me again for Cyber Moon Day and getting makey. I love it, and I hope you do too. I'll be back in 21 minutes. See you in a bit.